All right, this should be a short one. I had a couple things I want to kind of touch on here. Um, on the subject of Wayland X11, I discovered another one today because somebody brought up did you got to squint to see shit because it's 4K at 32 inches. Um, and why can't I grab a hold? There we go. So I was gonna boot into Wayland so that I could do fractional scaling and do like 125% or 150%. Then you know what I mean? You can see shit nice and whatever. But I uncovered another issue with Wayland. With Wayland display capture XS HM, whatever this one is, doesn't work. So your only option at that point is the screen capture pipe wire, okay, which does work. I mean, you can pick the screen and everything, but what I noticed is that it doesn't capture some things like effects. Like when I move this window, the window wiggles a little bit, and when I close windows, they flame and stuff like that. On Wayland, when I'm recording, if I grab a hold of a window, when it's supposed to, when you see this, you don't see that. On Wayland, the window just disappears until I let go of the mouse, and then the window shows up again. And I have to assume, now not necessarily games and whatever, because the whole fucking world would be melting down, but apparently nobody puts desktop effects on and then also tries to record their fucking screen with OBS on Wayland. Like, I mean, Wayland is a fucking disaster for, like, I feel like I'm just a normal person, but maybe apparently I'm fucking not. And I do weird shit that nobody else does, and I find problems that nobody else would fucking find. But there's two reasons involving OBS specifically that make Wayland unusable for me personally. But what I wanted to do, like what the purpose of the video was, because I've been paying attention to this, right? 8 days we're at now, and I can do, man, I'm a bad typer. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. But I wanted to run the update for a couple of reasons. Through my year of getting to this point, I tried a lot of fucking distros. And I mean, some of the standouts for me, one of my favorite distros, but actually one that I actually had a problem with the updating specifically, was OpenSUSE. Like, there's a lot of times that you'll run the GUI updater with OpenSUSE, and it'll error the fuck out, and you'll have to go fix some shit in the terminal, or you'll have to run it in the terminal or whatever. And like CacheOS, that's another one that, like, the GUI updater will crash out or fuck up and error half the time, and then you got to go to the terminal and finish it in the terminal because you had to type yes to one fucking thing, and apparently the GUI thing can't sort that out, or it can't put up the prompt for you to type fucking yes, so you got to go into the terminal and do it, which I don't mind. I like the terminal. It's the idea that I have to do one task in two fucking different ass places. You know, I mean, granted it's fixed now, but there was a time when Novara had the Novara updater, and then it had the updater for the whatever desktop environment you have. So if you had KDE, the Novara updater would try to update, and then the KDE updater would try to update, and then if the KDE updater tried to update and you let it update, it would fuck up your Novara, and you'd have to, like, it's another point where this is just, it's quick, it's to the point, it doesn't fuck up, it doesn't take you anywhere else, it's just perfect. So I thought I would just show it. So all you do is you bring it up, and I mean, sometimes I'll refresh it just to make sure that, you know, if something's come up since it's checked itself last or whatever. But you just click to the go button, and then you click the confirm button, and it just does its thing. That's a kernel update. I wonder if it's going to tell me I need to reinstall or restart. I don't want to do that. And then, of course, I don't do flat packs, but it checks anyway. And that's it. It's done. And then if I check here, no, it doesn't. You got to restart for it to go to the new kernel, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll try logging out and logging back in. You know, I mean, I made a kind of a commitment to myself that, like, if nothing broke or was working incorrectly or there was no issues, I wasn't going to restart, just because now I'm at a point where I want to see how deep this hole goes. And I mean, if the updates to newer kernels are going to require a restart, that's something, I mean, I'll have to consider. But I mean, I guess necessarily I'm not even really super concerned about that. What does that give me that I don't have right now? Everything's working just fine. So I don't know. I don't feel like I want to lose the momentum, you know? But yeah, that's another, that's a thing for, another, nail in the coffin for Wayland. So I mean, if you know everybody's all like this and that, and Wayland can't do this and that for this reason or that reason or whatever, okay, but now I've found two things that seem fairly like things that don't work on Wayland. So okay, how does X person get around these two issues on Wayland? Like, if you want to use Wayland and have fractional scaling, but you don't want your shit to look stupid on a video when you're moving it, how do you solve that problem, smart asses? Okay, tell me down in the comments. Okay, everybody's got an answer for the hotkeys thing. Okay, now provide me an answer that actually fucking works, where I can have my hotkeys work on Wayland. Like, if these issues were recoverable, if I could get around these issues, I'd have no problem with Wayland. But if two things that fairly pretty much affect what I do on a daily fucking basis with my computer, if I can't do those things, I mean, it would render the operating system useless. I mean, I would be worse off than I was on Windows with Wayland, personally. So, I mean, even if you're a Wayland fan, you gotta admit the shit is not ready for everybody. It might be ready for you in your use case, but it's not ready for everybody. You know, I mean, I'm on an AMD video card, which it shouldn't have the issue, but I still notice flickering in fucking video games when I'm using Wayland. I don't when I'm on X11, but I do when I'm on Wayland. That is an issue. If there's zero issues on X11, why would I want to use Wayland that gives me issues? Like, I don't understand what the push is here. Like, seriously, like, somebody's got to, like, show that, you know, this shit does work and this shit is great. Instead of every video, people are just talking about how fucking awesome Wayland is. Show people that Wayland is better, because I can sit here and show people Wayland is not good. So show them it is good. Prove me wrong. Link me to a video where you show me that the shit I say doesn't work. Show me where you can make it work, and I'll shut the fuck up. How's that? But until the next one, I've been 7.